You got a lot of ground to make up in a short amount of time.
Right.
But
Oh, whoa, this reminds me of when I moved to New
Hey, we got Hollywood in the building tonight. What's the LA of Vermont MP? Bennington, right? Stop playing with me, bro. You know it's Burlington. I really don't.
Hello and welcome everyone to our 2K presentation of WCBL basketball. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. It's the High Flyers going against Team Ballers.
Nothing quite like a SoCal showdown, the freeway series between the High Flyers out of LA and Team Ballers based in Anaheim. I'm sure a lot of these players know each other already.
And early on here in the club league circuit, we'll find out a lot about these teams by the end of the night.
We'll find out about the teams and also the players. I know there are a few new names on these rosters, and I want to see how guys like MP are going to hold their own out here in WCBL play. And the debut here for MP. Nobody knows too much about him other than he's from Vermont. Interesting to see how he fits into this team.
Starting tonight for Team Ballers, Cody Etherington is at the point. Jaden Moore is going to be their slashing shooting guard. Then Bertie and Rodriguez are filling in at the forward slots with Pasco patrolling the paint. The starting five for the High Flyers. MP runs the show at the 1. Devontae Mills is the 2 guard. Nathan O'Neill and Ben Gov are the forwards. And the man in the middle is Liam Callahan. And with MP, I know several teams were interested in having him join their club.
Well, there isn't much tape to work off of for MP. He's truly a question mark on this roster, but the coaching staff thinks he's raw, and they must have seen something to take the risk with him.
This one for 3. The High Flyers grab the miss. Well, you look at Jaden Moore, and it doesn't take long to see why he's on the 2K U250. Great instincts at attacking the basket.
And he's not the biggest guard by any means, but he is incredibly slippery when getting at the D. He's very hard to stay in front of, and he's a surprisingly consistent finisher around the rim.
Now, here's Bertie. Up top, Etherington. Let's go with the 3. Comes out of the gate empty. He misses his first shot. MP up top. Mills from deep. Drains the triple.
I like Mills taking advantage of the situation there and firing when open.
On the wing, Bertie. Moore outside. Bertie. Etherington for 3. Gov with the rebound.
Important not to let your ego run the offense. You could see he really wanted to answer that made 3 with one of his own.
MP, no good. And guys, as we mentioned, MP recently breaking into that 2K U250 list.
And look, that might seem low, but to be anywhere on this list means you at least have some serious potential. Nobody's quite sure what development path MP is going to take, but there's a feeling that he has a high ceiling.
Great job keeping the play alive. Those are hustle points.
And the free throw, no good. Mills with the look. Again, the High Flyers.
Taking what the D gives him. That's smart basketball. That's Devontae Mills.
Outside, Moore. Bertie. Back to Moore. Goes back up. Pasco can't get it to fall. The High Flyers leading. Pass to O'Neill. Shoots over Bertie. And O'Neill gets it to go.
Was O'Neill ready to fire there or what?
They really need to make an adjustment here.
Agreed. Nothing is working for them offensively. Time for a change.
And for many of these young men in club play, this is where they learn to solely focus on basketball as their sport.
Yeah, up until now, a lot of these guys played multiple sports. This is where they're starting to learn the nuance and the craft of the game. It's a great place to really hone your abilities.
Now here's Bertie. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Moore gets an open look and he hits it.
That's textbook. Moore got to his spot and he made the defense pay.
Mills on the wing. MP. pure from three-point range. Etherington with it, outside Bertie. Pass to Moore. There's the three. Gove with the rebound. MP with it. Moore covering to the paint. It's Callahan. Good, and the assist goes to MP.
And no doubt about it, folks. This is exactly the way they wanted to start the game.
Well, they've been doing it on both ends, converting chances and challenging shooters.
Now Pasco. Inside. Hits the front iron, and it goes in. Now here's MP. He's guarded closely. Mills on the wing. Return to MP. The three-pointer, no good. And in club league play here in the WCBL, these kids get such a wealth of minutes in such a short amount of time.
The games come fast and quick, and honestly, there's a lot to learn on the fly, but there's a ton of opportunity. And for some players, it can be a bit overwhelming.
They get the board. Moore shot falls.
Nice save by Moore, chasing after the play, crashing the glass, keeps the possession alive.
Pass MP. Shoots a three. Nails it from beyond the arc. Now Etherington. Quiet offensively so far, searching for his first points of the game. Now Bertie. The three. And Callahan pulls it down. On the wing, O'Neal. He's guarded by Moore. Drops it in from long range.
And right now, he is flat out feeling it from beyond the arc.
No gloves, just the hot hand, and they'd be smart to keep riding that.
And Coach Troy of the High Flyers, he's a young coach, even by this club league standard.
It's true, as you said, Troy's one of the younger coaches, but it's clear that he knows the game, and his drive is apparent. Plus, he's already got a great track record for developing talent.
Gove. Return to MP. Outside O'Neal. From deep, it's MP. Another miss by MP. Here's Bertie. Pass to Etherington. Off the mark there with the three. And here are the High Flyers now. And here's MP on the outside. And another three for the Flyers. And it's Team Ballers. They trail by 14. One thing that the players need to balance in club play is focusing more on winning versus stuffing their own stat sheet.
It's a chance to show your skills in this league. And of course, you want to win the game, but win or lose, at the end of the day, scouts are factoring in your individual performance as well. So if you want to get noticed, you better be playing your best out there.
He's money on the shot.
The coach might not have loved that take, but it did find the bottom of the net.
They just can't get anything going offensively.
And you can see the frustration mounting. They just don't know who to turn to for points.
Now here's Moore. And he's got 6 points for him. Pass to Rodriguez. Shot clock at 5. And Team Ballers miss again. Mills at the high post. And Bertie pulls it down. Here's Etherington. Fires for three. That ball's coming off of Bertie's feed.
A nice looking free ball by the guard, Etherington. You can't afford to give this guy room to shoot.
For a lot of club players, this is their first time learning a role other than being the star of their team.
For many of these guys, they were the best that their school had to offer. But in this league, the skill level and competition here is much higher. And look, at the end of the day, not everyone is going to be the offensive star of their team, and that's so important for the development of these guys, to learn how to fill the role that's needed.
Outside, Moore. Pass to Pasco. Returns it to Moore. Etherington, now guarded by Mills. Bertie from long range. The High Flyers grab the miss.
His mojo is out of whack. Offensively, he just can't get anything going for him.
Well, when you play this game, sometimes cold streaks like this are unavoidable.
Now here's Gove. Shoots over Rodriguez. And Rodriguez with the block. Etherington with it. Callahan picks him up. Here's Bertie. And the shot falls short that time.
This is a quarter I'm sure he'd rather forget.
Yeah, he needs to put this one behind him and move on. Also, make some fresh adjustments.
And it's Team Ballers. It's a 16-point game. Etherington outside. Rodriguez, the screen. Birchie from long range, and it's good at the buzzer. And we've reached halftime in this one. High Flyers lead this one. They lead by 13. And we step aside now for a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back to the second half of this West Coast Club battle between the High Flyers and Team Ballers. And something to note about MP, I heard he was training with Dion Benjamin to help prepare for this one.
And if you don't know about Dion Benjamin, he has a well-known open run. A lot of talent has come out of there. And to see MP working out with him, that's certainly a positive in the eyes of many scouts.
Now MP. No good from outside. Now here's Bertie, guarded by O'Neal. Pass to Moore, lets the three fly. Hauled in by High Flyers.
There's no such thing as guaranteed buckets, even with a perfect three-point look.
Now here's Gov. Here's the three. And another miss by the High Flyers. And here's Etherington. Now Rodriguez. He's covered by Gov. Moore on the wing. He has 6. The shot over MP. And Team Ballers miss again.
A lot of bricks put up off his shots, and one reason is that he keeps trying to force it when he's guarded. Move the ball around.
To the middle. Here's Etherington. MP grabs the miss. And here are the High Flyers now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. And as big as Devontae Mills' game is on the court, he is an absolute character off of it. This kid just oozes personality.
Yeah, and that can be a concern sometimes for these players, but Mills is naturally that magnetic. He's very much okay with being the center of attention, and you could even say he has a free spirit vibe about him.
Now Etherington, outside, Moore. Bertie jacks up a three. And Team Ballers miss again. It's Callahan. He's guarded by Pasco. MP outside. And he lobs it up. And out of bounds, Team Ballers will take it.
That right there, an inexcusable turnover.
Team Ballers call timeout. This Team Baller squad has been struggling. Pass to Pasco. Now Bertie. Etherington outside. Outside, Moore. Clock at 6. Back to Etherington. Offline with the 3. MP with it. And he's picked up by Bertie. Back to MP. From deep. It's good. That's his 8th basket for him now. Shooting 8 of 15.
And it hasn't just been one facet that helps them build the lead. They've been terrific all around.
It has been a complete performance, and the effort level's been fantastic too.
And that one goes out of bounds. Team Ballers to retain possession. And the High Flyers making a change here.
Substitution for High Flyers.
Bertie. The pick from Pasco. To halt the run. Bertie gets the bucket to fall.
Oh, look at Bertie sticking the three-point shot. Nice, crisp shooting motion.
Well, what a show we've seen so far from MP. He's come out and put on a clinic. He looks head and shoulders above Moore right now.
Well, if there was any fans doubting the impact that MP can make, I doubt they're saying much right now. A great offensive showing from MP so far. He's been terrific.
Now here's Bertie. He's got 6. Here's Summers. And it's Brock with the rebound. Here's the High Flyers. From deep, it's MP. Rodriguez grabs the board. Here's Summers. Pass to Etherington. Pasco, defended now by Callahan. 6 to shoot. Here's Pasco for 3. Offensive rebound. Summers, the layup off target. And here comes the break. Now here's Callahan. Rodriguez covers. And here's Callahan. From deep, it's MP. Tries again. And Callahan laying it in.
Well, it's tough to try to keep the gigantic Callahan off the glass at all. Sometimes he's just going to overpower you.
Team ballers call timeout. High Flyers decide to go with a different look out there.
Substitution for high flyers. Timeout.
And it's High Flyers with the ball. It's an 18-point lead.
And he's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. With time running low, he's got to think of something else to try.
Pass to Rodriguez. That ball's coming off of Bertie's feed.
That's where his points need to come from. Realistically, I mean, Rodriguez has to be as effective as possible inside.
From deep, it's MP. Rebounded by the Ballers. Etherington outside. Returns it to Moore. Jumper over MP. Gove with the rebound.
This has been a rough second half for him shooting the ball. He should probably adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
The kick out to O'Neal. Back to MP. He tries for 3. Count it from distance.
When he gets in his head that he's going to get that bucket, it is very hard for the D to do anything about it.
Pass to Bertie. Etherington. Moore up top, now covered by MP. But they recover it. Back to Etherington. Outside, Moore. Rodriguez, the screen. The second chance effort. And it comes off the front of the rim. Here's the High Flyers. A 19-point contest. Here's MP. Soft touch off the glass and in.
Showing the touch on the interior.
And here's Etherington. Moore outside. Again, the miss by Jaden Moore. From deep, it's MP. Rebounded by the Ballers. Now Etherington. Pass to Rodriguez. Outside, Moore. Left side, Bertie. Down low. A shot from Rodriguez is no good. And it's High Flyers with the ball. Mills. And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line to try to make it a 3-point play.
Tremendous focus from Mills. I mean, to hit the shot while getting fouled, never easy, and he drills that one.
So it's team ballers now. Rodriguez! And finished off by Rodriguez.
Guys, he's playing big. I mean, we're watching it. Arnaldo Rodriguez taking flight.
MP up top. Moore covering. From deep, it's MP. Hits the three-pointer.
And this run was exactly what they needed to put the game away.
Yup. This is how to seal a win in style.
Pass to Moore. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. And he'll go to the line. Whistle on MP.
Third team foul.
That free throw, no good.
For 2.
Good on the second free throw. So it's the High Flyers winning this one easily.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm intrigued by what we saw from MP in this one. This kid...
Doesn't matter if you're a big or a guard caught on a switch.
Hey, coach, if this is about me being late.
Hello and welcome to our 2K presentation of the WCBL. We've got Milestone and the Surf City Waves taking on the High Flyers. And some news here. The relative newcomer MP deemed unavailable tonight. It's a bit of a surprise, especially considering his recent performances. In the meantime, Surf City has won the tip and we're underway. Feeds it inside and Milestone punches it through.
Look, Stone is just controlling the paint down low. He's getting whatever look he wants in there.
And what we're being told is MP is serving a one-game suspension for coach. Tough break with all of these scouts here in attendance, and they're getting to watch Miles just put on a show.
Surf City just piling it on at this point.
And MP has got to be disappointed in himself. It could have been his moment to show what he can do. Instead, he's watching from the bench.
Oh, and the three is good. Oh, Stone got a hand on it. And again, Stone owning the interior. Dunk after dunk in this one.
And a lot of questions will be asked about the maturity of MP because his absence has certainly been felt. Not a good look for him.
So a lopsided win for Surf City as the final horn sounds. For everyone here at 2K, thanks for tuning in.
Hey, good game. Yeah, thanks.
Listen, I grew up in a small town too.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Joe Lamy with Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. We've got a WCBL matchup for you tonight with the High Flyers taking on the Attack from SAC.
Well, you know I'm excited for this one. It's a classic NorCal versus SoCal showdown. The Attack from SAC, obviously out of Sacramento, my hometown, and the High Flyers are here in LA.
And the stars for the team tonight, it's Mills leading the way for the High Flyers with a newcomer MP. And Drexel Carrington is the big name for the Attack from SAC.
And both of these players are viewed as blue chip prospects, some of the best in the region. I'm sure there are plenty of scouts on hand waiting to see how they fare against similarly ranked talent. I mean, here in LA, the scouts are always out for club play. But this game might be getting some special attention with some of the players on hand.
And the lineup for the Attack from SAC, Michael Pagan runs the point. He's joined by Edward Martinez in the backcourt. Drexel Carrington takes on the three, and it's the brothers Ivory and Austin Lunn forming the front line. The starting five for the High Flyers, MP runs the show at the one. Devontae Mills is the two guard. Nathan O'Neill and Ben Gov are the forwards. And the man in the middle is Liam Callahan. And the big name that scouts are wanting to check out is Drexel Carrington. But they'll keep their eyes open for any talent who shows out tonight.
And a lot can change as a player develops over their youth career. But first impressions, they mean so much at any level. I'm sure the scouts will have plenty to digest after this contest.
Well, you talk about a player perfect for a role in the NBA someday. Drexel Carrington is the ultimate 3-and-D type of player.
And that's not to sell him short as a player at all, really. Carrington, he's just so comfortable outside in the perimeter. And defensively, he is a force.
It's Callahan, guarded by Lund. From deep, it's MP. Goes back up, and Callahan puts it in.
Well, it's tough to try to keep the gigantic Callahan off the glass at all. Sometimes he's just going to overpower you.
Lund, the shot's good. Pagan making the play.
Drop that pass to him in the perfect spot.
And stolen by Martinez. Well, remember, guys, MP missed that game against Surf City. Apparently, that was for missing a morning practice, and the coach wasn't having it.
Look, the best thing that a young player like MP can do is use it as a chance to learn from his mistake. You can forget that these guys are still so young. And sometimes they need moments like these to understand what a coach expects of you.
And it's Carrington missing the look.
This is a quarter I'm sure he'd rather forget.
Yeah, he needs to put this one behind him and move on. Also, make some fresh adjustments.
The Attack from SAC trail. Kicks it to Pagan. Martinez. Outside Pagan. 6 to shoot. Now Martinez. Now guarded by Mills. Martinez can't get it to go.
That's a good shot from him. The offense should be happy with the chance they created.
And here's MP on the outside. Gets the 3 ball to go. And with MP coming from a more rural town and Carrington coming from Brooklyn, they have almost completely opposite backgrounds, guys.
Goes to show that great talent and great players can come from anywhere. What Carrington and MP both have in common is a willingness to compete and a love for the game of basketball.
And Lund slams it in.
Making the save. Lund was right place, right time where his squad needed him to be to win the second chance look.
On the wing, Mills. MP with the rock. Martinez covering. And here's MP on the outside. Another miss by MP. Offense has been clicking lately. Might want to mix things up.
Their mojo is gone.
And the attack from Zach, call time here.
Substitution for high flyers. Timeout.
To the middle. Here's Carrington. That one drops for 2. And you look at guys like Carrington, a 3-and-D specialist, such a needed commodity in the modern NBA.
And that's because so many teams spread the floor. They need a perimeter defender. Look at any NBA roster. They'll always be able to use a guy who plays tough D and can stretch the floor.
Olsen, up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
The pass, the shot, all superb.
Here's Casey. Good, and the assist goes to MP.
Oh, the accuracy, just special. Puts the ball where only his teammate can get it.
They set the screen. Here's Olsen. MP grabs the miss.
Not the best shot selection from them.
Yeah, they know how to look for a better chance than that one.
Count it.
Inside points, they're important for O'Neal. He needs to show that he can score from anywhere on the court.
Carrington for 3. And Mills comes up with the board. And one difference between club play and high school, the game moves a lot faster at this level.
Everyone on these teams has to make a commitment to pursuing basketball. Reactions and decisions need to be quick because these players eat, sleep, and breathe basketball. This concentrated amount of playing time is helping to increase their collective skill level at a much higher pace. Kudos for Martinez for earning that call. His coaches like it when he's being aggressive on offense.
And the first one drops. Good on both attempts. Now MP. He's got 11. Pass to O'Neal. MP. Pagan defending. To the left side. And Callahan for 3. And the rebound hauled in by Carrington. And so here it's Sack. They trail by 1. Here's Olsen.
2 minutes remaining.
Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to Pagan. Carrington for 3. Hauled in by high flyers.
Even with every shot clanging off the iron, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. Might be time to take a step in.
And it's Sack's ball. And here's Lund. Returns it to Carrington. And again, the attack from Sack, no good. Past MP. This one for 3. Here's Callahan. Soft touch off the glass and in.
Callahan putting his strength to the test, and he's got a lot of it.
Here's Carrington. He's got 8 in this one. Here's Olsen. Uncovered. And a great assist by Carrington as that one falls.
All about the dime there. Terrific court vision.
On the wing, O'Neal. Back to MP. The 3. The rebound brought home by Carrington. Inside. Pagan misses. The high flyers with the lead. Just 2 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock. Count that bucket.
Devontae Mills, typically he's the setup guy for his team. But look at this. It's actually working in his favor. You expect him to pass, and he goes and finds a creative score.
And here's Pagan. The triple from Martinez. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. High Flyers leading this one up by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back right after the break. Welcome back, everybody. The High Flyers and the attack from Sac gearing up for the second half action in West Coast Basketball League. And in the back of the mind, for many of these prospects, they're aware that this is a tryout of sorts for the WCBL All-Star team.
Well, to land a spot on that stacked roster, I mean, that's an incredible opportunity and a great way to get exposure to top programs. But again, it's not all about the stats. It's about outperforming the other star prospects and doing things that set you apart from the crowd.
From deep, it's MP. Knocks down the triple.
And comes right back with a 3 of his own.
Looking to match the 3 they just made. I love it.
Outside Carrington. The shot's good. Pagan making the play.
This offense is at its best, and Carrington is shooting the 3 with confidence.
MP outside. Try to come back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Carrington outside. Again, Drexel Carrington can't hit it.
He can do that, just couldn't connect this time.
Too much daylight for a shooter of his caliber.
Basket, good.
Wow, I mean, and are you really surprised? That's Liam Callahan, paving his way to an inside score like it's a construction site.
Sac trailing here. Carrington with it. 14 points for him. Lund with the pick. Again, Drexel Carrington can't hit it. And it's High Flyers with the ball. Back to MP. Takes the 3. Drills it from deep.
Solid passing skills on display from Devontae Mills. Any scout wants to know that a league player is aware of his surroundings. Mills looking to check off some of those boxes here tonight.
Pass to Carrington. Tries it from 19. Sack with another miss.
Some of the shots that he's taken have been head scratchers. He's out there playing like he does a game of horse.
They're just trying to build out this lead, bucket by bucket.
It is a small margin, but they've got the upper hand.
Martinez outside. Lund outside Pagan. Pass to Carrington. Looking to end the run. The shot's good. Pagan making the play. Well, his ability to defend and shoot, there is a lot to like about Drexel Carrington. No surprise he's ranked 112 on that 2K YouTube 50.
You'll get how Carrington has grown the last few years, and his court vision has only seemed to grow with him. If he can continue this trend over the next few years, he could be one of the best in the class.
Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. MP outside. Jacks up a 3. Sack grabs the miss. Doing some prospect watch here. MP and Carrington both holding their own.
Well, you knew that coming into this one, MP and Carrington would each be critical for their teams to win. And thus far, they have not disappointed. And I bet they ramp it up even further down the stretch.
From past the arc. The shot that time, not on target. Outside Carrington. Kicks it to Pagan. Returns it to Carrington. Hits the trifecta.
Carrington, like a good highlighter, gets into streaks from distance. He loves to set up from the outside. Right now, he's showing everyone what he can do.
And the High Flyers call time here. High Flyers decide to go with a different look out there.
Substitution for High Flyers.
Carrington left side. There's the triple. No good. The High Flyers trailing. The crossover. And it's Brock missing. And it's Sac's ball. Carrington covered by Brock. Here's Olsen. Terrific assist and nice finish. Solid play all around.
Nice job getting down low for the easy shot.
From deep, it's MP. Rebound brought home by Carrington. And so here it's Sack. Stolen Stolen by Mills. A one-on-one situation. Knocks it down from distance.
Ooh, quick hands. Brock got it away just as fast as he received it.
To the inside. Lunge. Dunn brings it down. To the paint. To tie it up. And Mills with the layup. And that ties it up. And with Devontae Mills, he has such great vision for his age.
Mills is gifted with his ability to map out the court and make the right play. Always seems like he's looking to make that next pass. But make no mistake, he can still get his own shot when he needs to.
Substitution for
Now
High
Lunt.
Flyers.
Outside Carrington. On the wing, it's Martinez. With 4 to shoot. From deep, it's Pagan. Gove with the rebound. Now the High Flyers with it. And the dunk by MP.
That's a major league flush right there, my friends.
And it's tight contests like this, that might just be what they need to get their side rolling in the right direction.
2 minutes.
Hey, that's
remaining.
true. So
2 minutes.
often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, they can fire up the entire squad.
And no good. The dry spell continues. Well, everything's working for them at the offensive end right now.
Yeah, good play calling and even better execution.
That's good, and it's Callahan picking up the assist.
How about the pass from the big man, Callahan?
Carrington outside. Let's go with the 3. Hauled in by High Flyers.
Closing down on leads is done by making smart plays on offense and taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up those bonehead threes like that.
He plays an essential role by getting his guys to their shots.
It's such a nice advantage having an unselfish player like him with a high basketball IQ, always providing for his teammates.
One with the pick. Outside Carrington. Sack with another miss. The High Flyers leading. The drive by MP. And the dunk by MP.
This run has really put them in the perfect position.
And with no signs of slowing, they aim to keep expanding that lead.
Down low. Lunge. MP grabs the miss. Mills from deep. That's in. It's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 of 7 to start this one. Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. Now covered by MP. No coverage that time.
Yeah, I feel like the mindset and the focus there from Martinez, coming right back with a 3 of his own.
Back to Gov. MP. Off target from 3-point range.
Impossible for them to come back now.
Too much work to do, not enough time to do it.
Can't connect. So the High Flyers win this one.
Well, I thought the most interesting part of the game.
Good game, y'all.
Oh yeah, Brendan Harris almost played. Oh, man. You're Brandon Harris with Union Elite, right?
WCBL action coming your way right here on 2K Sports. Good evening, everyone, and welcome in. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. We've got the Union Elite against the High Flyers in a showdown.
Well, both of these teams have had a strong showing this season, and I'm looking forward to seeing the stars of their respective teams, MP and Brandon Harris.
And for the High Flyers, MP and Mills leading the way. Not only can they both play, but they've got some great personality there as well.
Something about both of them just oozes star power. But none of that will matter once they get on the court. They'll have to let their game do the talking tonight. Well, the drama setting the scene for tonight's game. It's MP going up against the team he didn't pick when he joined the club circuit.
And taking the floor for Union Elite, it'll be Lou Diaz running the show from the point. Mitch Mitchell's at the off guard. Bird will be playing in the wing role, and the always dangerous Brandon Harris at power forward. Finally, Drew Robert holding down the center spot. The starting five for the High Flyers. MP runs the show at the 1. Devontae Mills is the 2 guard. Nathan O'Neill and Ben Gov are the forwards. And the man in the middle is Liam Callahan. Harris shot is off. Coach Weber and Coach Troy both thought MP was destined for their rosters.
Well, look, he couldn't play for both of them, so at the end of the day, he had to make a business decision. No animosity, but I'm sure this team would like to prove to MP that he made the wrong choice.
And the star for this Union Elite team is Brandon Harris, the fantastic big man who can score from anywhere.
Harris is one of the most efficient and focused players you'll find on the court. And it's funny, I actually think MP would have complemented Harris's game perfectly if MP had chosen Union Elite.
Now MP. Back to Gov. It's Callahan. Shot clock at 5. Another miss by MP.
And he cannot wait for this quarter to come to an end.
Seems like nothing is bouncing his way, no matter what he tries.
Diaz off the mark. Callahan inside. Covered by Robert. And finished off by Callahan.
A big-time play at the hoop from Callahan, going up strong for the jam.
And as we've mentioned earlier, a bit of a vendetta of sorts against MP in this one, albeit it's in good spirits. But in games like this, tensions can run high, especially early on.
And hopefully no one's trying to make a point and let it get out of hand here. Emotions might be elevated, but prove your point on the court with your play.
He keeps jacking up those threes without much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light very early in this game if he keeps it up.
Three-pointer Bird. Here's Harris. And it's Harris slamming it home.
Brandon Harris has such a nose for points. He figures out different ways to put the ball in the hoop.
Pass to Gov. Shoots over Harris. Rebound by Union Elite.
He'll be the first to tell you that's a shot he should convert. The D was not tight on it.
Goes back up. Robert can't get it to fall.
He makes a courageous attempt to get inside, but the defense forms a wall and he can't get past.
Nails the three-pointer. And over the course of this WCBL season, we've seen some great growth from MP.
Indeed, there's been a level of maturity that's come along with his game, not only with his footwork and his basketball IQ, but with how he really carries himself.
Now here's Mitchell. Quiet offensively so far, searching for his first points of the game. A nice shot by Robert.
And let's note, not without challenge. I mean, Robert able to get bumped and still getting where he needed to be to score.
Pass to Brock. Back to MP. The three-pointer off the mark. Union Elite leading this one. To the middle. Outside for Harris. Over goes. And there's another one for the Union Elite.
Using his unpredictability to his own advantage, a tough cover for any defense.
That one drops for 2.
Joe, I love an effort play like that from Nathan O'Neill. He barely even blinked from the contact, and even though he's not the tallest player, he made up for it with a large effort on that one.
And finished off by Harris.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
Hey, I know there were a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. That's clear.
And as always, this is a game that will feature a crowd full of scouts.
Well, to no one's surprise, MP has certainly turned some heads with his play this season. But I imagine they're also here to check out Mills and Harris.
Here's Callahan. Good, and the assist goes to MP.
24.
It's all knotted up.
Wow, I mean, and are you really surprised? That's Liam Callahan, paving his way to an inside score like it's a construction site.
Changing it up here. And time called here. Union Elite.
Timeout.
And here's Bird. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Back to Kolish. 4 on the clock. Puts up a 3. MP grabs the miss. And you look at both of these teams. Some great depth out there.
And with the amount of games that can be played in such a short period, depth is key for these teams. No surprise to see these rosters have the success they've had.
And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Kicks it to Mitchell. Back to Bird. Now here's Mitchell. Launches a 3. Another shot. MP grabs the miss. High Flyers trailing. Here's Mills. Harris comes down with the board.
A nice, clean look. That's one you gotta take.
Kicks it to Mitchell. The 3 is up. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2.
When you get that clean of a look, you have to take it and hope you make it.
And here's MP on the outside. And even though a lot of these players are competing against each other, odds are at some point they'll be teammates down the line.
Yeah, that's true, and it could be in the NBA or any number of leagues overseas. The fact is, not everyone's going to make it, but those who do will know each other from their experience here.
Now MP. Good, and the assist goes to O'Neal. And that'll tie this game up.
Getting in close, always a great recipe offensively.
Mitchell with it. And it's Harris slamming it home.
Yes, sir. Get up, Brandon Harris.
Here's the High Flyers. Shoots from the baseline. Goes, no good. And so Union Elite has it here. Kicks it to Mitchell. To the paint. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It doesn't take a lifelong scout to understand why Harris is a blue chip prospect. He has the ability to get it done on offense.
And what is so great about Harris is that he can attack the rim from multiple levels. That's almost required for primary option big men these days. And Harris is a perfect fit for that kind of role.
Now here's Mitchell. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Kolish, guarded by O'Neal. Back to Mitchell. Pulls it. And again, Union Elite get the bucket.
And he can't afford to go under those screens.
Yep, he will make you pay. That's a lock and trail situation all the way.
Pure from three-point range.
They were looking for him on that possession. Beyond the arc, find some space.
Now here's Bird. Inside. Now Harris. Yes, and a nice assist from Bird.
It's so easy to see why Harris is so highly regarded. He can get the orange in the hoop.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. It's Union Elite. They're up by 2. And we'll return right after this break. Welcome back for the second half. As MP leads the High Flyers against Brandon Harris and the Union Elite. You watch games like this one, guys, you see the skill and the talent that the up-and-coming players have today. It's quite impressive.
No question about it. Basketball is in good hands for future generations because what kids like this do on the court at such an early stage of their development, really, it's miles ahead of where we were just a few decades ago.
MP, no good. Mitchell on the wing, covered by Brock. Pass to Diaz. Mitchell outside. He gets it in there. And now MP. He's got 11. On the wing, Brock. MP. Gets it to go from long range.
You always want to see assisted baskets. Credit Brock right there for providing the key final pass.
And as we've watched all of these players over the course of the season, you can see what they've really added to their individual games.
Well, the focus for each of these teams show is to try and get the most out of each one of these players. They've all improved for sure, and some more than others, but I'm extremely impressed with the strides that MP has made.
Great defensive anticipation to get into the perfect spot.
Yes, and it's MP picking up the assist.
He plays an essential role by getting his guys to their shots.
It's such a nice advantage having an unselfish player like him with a high basketball IQ, always providing for his teammates.
Mitchell outside. Down low. Finds Bird. Trying his luck from deep. Gets the three to fall.
Totally in control right there. Jake looking like another Bird right there.
And here's MP on the outside. They get it back. What a nice shot by Callahan.
Resiliency will always pay dividends for offensive rebounders, guys.
Finds Bird from the corner. Here's Harris.
Well, we know that Harris is a skilled finisher. He's got plenty of toughness to go along with that.
From deep, it's MP. Rebound by Union Elite. Now Diaz takes the three, and Callahan pulls it down.
He bodied him up and made him alter the trajectory on that shot.
Definitely. Some very sound defense played on that trip.
And here's MP on the outside. Again, MP missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things harder on himself. He's stuck in quicksand. Work around it and get an easier shot.
And it's good for two.
Using his size around the rim, Drew Robert doing work in the paint.
And the High Flyers call time here. Here's MP. He's got 14. Here's Casey. Good on the baseline, Jay.
Man, that's a very good high percentage look right there.
And the foul called on MP. That is his first foul of the game.
Substitution for High Flyers.
Now here's Mitchell. Now covered by MP. And Diaz. MP grabs the miss.
That's not a shot they'll want to see him take again anytime soon.
He'll learn over time. Good shot selection comes with a lot of repetition.
Oh man, who says a point guard should look to pass first? Not when you can finish like this fella.
He wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
No, siree. That's one he'll always take himself. And right, he should. You can't pass on that kind of fun out there.
Boy, what a battle it's been between these two stars. Harris and MP both doing a great job of finding their shots.
Absolutely. You can see that they know their teams are depending on them for offense. You wonder how long they can shoulder the load like that.
Now here's Mitchell. Pass to Bullock. Diaz, covered by Brock. Count the basket.
Ooh, man, you can hear the contact all the way over here. Nice work by Mitchell. He kept his composure throughout the finish.
And here's MP on the outside. Again, MP missing. Here's Bird. To the inside. Mitchell outside. Shot clock at 6. Down low. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there.
Aggressive move to the rim. The foul saved the layup.
Really physical defense. I like it. They're not letting anything happen easily.
Timeout on the court.
Deciding to change it up.
Substitution for High Flyers.
Now here's Robert, defended now by Callahan. Outside Diaz. Harris, no good. The high fly is leading. Outside MP. Soft touch off the glass and in.
Nice take. However, a little too easy if you're asking me.
Pass to Harris. Diaz. Mitchell outside. 6 to shoot. Inside. Now Harris. And it's finished off by Harris.
In a momentous moment, Harris, star power, we're watching it rise. Steadies himself to compete in the clutch.
Return to MP. Pass to Brock. MP hits the trifecta.
It's been a parade of threes from them ever since halftime.
Yeah, we know what they were talking about during the break. They've been dialed in from deep.
Now here's Diaz. Here's Harris. Hauled in by high flyers. Here's MP. And count the basket. He was fouled and he's going to the line for one more.
That's how you do it. Get into the teeth of the defense.
Union Elite trailing here. And Diaz. The fadeaway. That one doesn't go either for Brandon Harris. Here's MP. And he uses the glass on the layup.
It's just been so one-sided since halftime.
They've crushed them in the second half, and that's when it matters the most.
Harris out on the wing. To halt the run. MP grabs the miss. And MP throws it down.
Surging ahead at the right time.
Gaining some separation and putting it out of reach.
Pass to Harris. They double team Harris. For three, it's Mitchell. Unable to get that one to go. And it's high flyers with the ball. The 12-point lead is their biggest of the game.
Yeah, that last shot's got to be the nail in the coffin.
I'd say so. They've done a great job of closing this one out, and they've never backed off, even with a large lead.
Now here's Diaz. Back to Harris. That falls. What a feed that time from Diaz.
That's what the scouts want to see from Harris. Score it inside.
Pass to O'Neal. Back to MP. Launches it. Knocks it down from distance. So it's the High Flyers winning this one easily.
An impressive performance from the High Flyers in this one. You have to credit MP. He was an instrumental part of this win. You see the kind of potential that this kid has already.
Without...
My man MP. That's what I'm... If you could pull that off, that would be